local Southport site, and it's 31st of October, so we get a lot of kids knocking on the door, which drives Poppy, our Westie, absolutely nutty. So we thought we'd just get away for the night. Got no kids ourselves, so so we're not into all the Halloween tricks and treats and everything. So yeah, Southport, one night. So I thought what we'd do is we'd show you how we set up when we just go to a site for one night.
Yeah.
Now obviously the difference with going one night and perhaps staying 3 or more nights is the water, as far as I'm concerned, is how you handle the water. We've got aqua rolls and aqua waste, which perhaps we'll cover when we get to Edinburgh in a couple of weeks. But when we're on just one night, there's no point you getting all that out, so we'll fill up from the motorhome service point. So if you've never seen a motorhome service point, we'll cover that for you. So, just about here.
To arrive, aren't we?
Just about to arrive.
It's quite full.
Yeah, we've filmed arriving at Southport before.
Yeah.
So we won't cover that bit, but we'll cover setting up. So the first thing is get booked in.
Yeah, so often there's a queue.
Yeah, I don't think there is today.
No, not today.
Just follow the new arrivals bit.
Yeah.
And they always want you to go to the end with this, don't they? Why
Yeah.
all those cones there? I suppose it's stop you running over their garden, isn't it? So there we go.
So you're going to go and book in?
So I'll go and get booked in.
Oh, we're going to go here, aren't we, and try the satellite in a minute. Should be okay because somebody's got one pointing over there.
Always have to check where the satellite is pointing, don't we? So because we need to know if we can get a satellite signal. One of the drawbacks of having a satellite is that. Right, so pitched up. So switch the power on.
Yep.
And then we just switch this thing on and pray that we get signal. Don't pray we get signal. If we don't get signal, if we don't get signal, we go somewhere else. Yeah. You can hear it in a minute. There it goes. This is where Poppy starts squeaking.
Come up lock.
So it's got a lock signal.
When we wait a bit,
Sometimes the lock goes off, and then when it goes like that, we know we've got a signal.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's good. Right, next step is take Poppy for a walk, and what we normally do is just walk to the reception. Thank you. Leads on the right, on the top there. Now we'll walk her to the reception. Can't go in the reception with Poppy, but it just gets her a chance to stretch her legs. If you've been on a long journey, it's probably more important, but we've travelled all of 10 minutes, so she should be alright. The thing about dogs is they're creatures of habit. So there we go. Right, Southport, the motorhome service point is around the corner here, and it's actually by the exit, so that's why we need to book in first and get the barrier key. So you've got the little grills there that you drive over and let the water out.
It's 3, isn't it?
It's 3, yeah, so it's quite handy here. So you
go that way.
Yeah, so if you've got it at the back, you've got one at the back there, or if you're either side, so it is good.
Yeah.
But it's a new site, isn't it? So you do tend to find that. It's on older sites where you often find it's on a hill.
Yeah.
Or
tiny, like that one at Somerswood.
yeah, the one at Somerswood. We couldn't actually get the van anywhere near the drain point. So yeah, well, there you go. Right, so we've got our barrier key. So sorted for that. We can now go and go and get some water, top up the water, and of course if we had any water in the tanks we could empty the tanks as well whilst we're there. But one thing you mustn't forget when you move off your pitch is to leave some indication that you're actually pitched up there. You can get signs like this from the caravan club. Well, actually they give you the plastic bit and you have to make the wooden bit yourself. But some people just leave, I don't know, steps on the side, or anything to indicate that your pitch is occupied. So if you drive off, you don't want someone else nicking your pitch. Not that they would be able to, because once they went to the reception, they would say, "Oh, Mr. Earnshaw's on that pitch." But there you go.
Reversing camera.
This is exactly why I need a reversing camera. Right underneath me, if I had the reversing camera off,
You wouldn't see. No,
nothing.
nothing. I can't see her either.
No, no.
She's on the grass, isn't she? But
Yeah, it's right behind the motorhome.
really silly that.
Yeah. What I need for the filling up process, if I can call it a process, is, well, I don't need it, but I've got one of these, and that allows you to plug a hose lock into the van, which you'll see in a minute. I've got a food grade hose with the various connectors, and if all else fails I've got one of these things, and that's all I need at the moment.
Don't need you scratching.
I don't need poppy scratching. So our water is on the side here. Got a little lock on it. Undo that. It's unlocked. Put that in my pocket, and then I plug this one in. I'll just show that, Jen. It just goes on just like a petrol cap, really, I suppose. And what you do is that plugs on there, and then what you normally find. Do you want to point it over here? What you normally find is that you need a screw-on cap thing there. Screw that on, plug that in, make sure it's on, otherwise you'll spray the GoPro.
Yeah.
And
Turn the tap on.
That's it. Then you go inside.
I go inside. And I view the levels, which at the moment is on red for empty.
We only want about half, don't we?
Yeah. I mean, we found when we've filled it completely that sometimes it takes ages, doesn't it, to get to half.
Yeah.
Then it gets to 3/4, and then
It's full
whoosh,
in
and
about
it's
a second
over.
later, so
Yeah.
we've normally got water everywhere. It's going to be a while, so. You might notice there's two hoses here. When we got here, there was a guy filling up with this yellow hose. Now that yellow hose is actually for washing away the mess that you've left when you've emptied your tanks. So it's a rinsing hose, so it's not for drinking water. It has to say drinking water. I assume it'd be alright, but I wouldn't fancy doing that. Oh, it's still on 2. So just because we've had the tanks empty, we're just opening the taps just to see if we can get some water out. See, at the moment it's running very slowly.
All the taps were still open.
Oh, good grief. So, yeah. So you shut them now?
Yeah.
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 Should always make sure the taps
So
are
it's
closed.
Yeah. Before we did this.
That's the hot water. So the hot water takes longer because you've got to fill the boiler, basically, haven't
Yeah.
you? So,
Yeah.
so I think it takes about 7 litres of water, the boiler. But then you start getting cold water coming through. Can't really see in here, can we? Yeah, so that's coming through all right.
Well, it was when I came in.
Yeah. And do the same for the shower. Can't really see in the shower. The lights on, that's better.
There wasn't any coming out of there.
Hot water, why not? What would be the hot water if we had the heating on? It's coming out now. It's starting to come out. It'll take a while. Before we get to the first. That's the cold. That's the hot water. That's the cold water. Hot water. water getting there.
It's on 3/4.
So it's on 3/4 now, so we're going to stop there.
I've turned the tap off.
Yeah. Always a good idea to turn the tap off.
Yeah, before you disconnect that.
Before you disconnect it.
Yeah.
And what you have to do is just hold it up in the air to drain the water out. Otherwise when you put it away you get a load of water in there.
Yeah. Because that can freeze as well, can't it? If you get really cold weather.
If it was left outside.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to leave it outside. But that's basically it. I've got sand in there.
That'll be from DePaul, won't it?
Yeah, camping DePaul.
Camping DePaul.
Another one of our videos.
Yeah. Nice sandy soil there, wasn't
It was
it?
very sandy, wasn't
We
it?
had our own tap, didn't we?
Yeah.
Hence we used the hose.
Yeah, some sites, well, even in this country, have taps on your pitch,
Yeah.
which is really
It's
handy.
nice, yeah.
Yeah. So that, put that away. There you go. What sometimes have to use. Get it out.
That
There's one of
one.
these with a flat
Yeah.
hose.
That's the one we got originally, wasn't it?
Yeah, we originally got one of these, but very rarely use it now, to be perfectly honest.
No. Because you used to end up sort of winding it round and round the van, didn't you?
Yeah, and if you don't lay it out flat, then it gets a kink in it, and then no water comes out of it. So it's a little bit of an annoyance.
Like that thing that keeps falling off. And
Yeah. I'm really going to try to tidy up in here. Everything got chucked in here on last day of the holiday.
Right, so we're
Right.
going back to our pitch now.
Going back to our pit.
One of the first things we do is,
Second
Well,
thing, you know.
well, once we get back to the pitch,
Yeah.
is we put the lecky on, don't we?
Yeah. One of the big advantages of having an aqua roll and an aqua waste is you don't have to do that filling up when you first arrive.
I know.
So normally you can reverse in, you can get hooked up and then you can get the aqua roll and then sort the water out afterwards.
Or if you've forgotten, like we used to always forget, didn't
Yeah,
we? Forget to go to it on the way back.
Yeah. But the point is that the water that you've got in the tank here will last you, well, normally last us, what, 2-3 days?
Yeah, even if we had showers.
Even, well, yeah, I'm not sure about that, but if we have 1 or 2 showers.
Yeah, if I had a shower.
Yeah, and then we don't need to keep filling up. So
No.
So 2 days probably without bothering about aqua roll. Right. So this is electricity point. On our van we've got a little connection there, and that's for an outside TV point. So you can plug an outside aerial or a booster from some sites have boosters where you can plug a lead in there, and that goes to the telly. But that's always plug that end in first,
Yeah.
so you're not trailing around 240 volts. Right, by the electricity point here, so
Oh, yeah.
that usually means that we end up with lots.
A spare cable. Whereas we were somewhere else, weren't we? When it just about was on the limit, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I think that was at Killing.
yeah. And the one thing you should never do is leave all the cable coiled up
No.
on a roll
Like
like that.
that.
Because what happens is when you use a lot of electricity, it creates a coil and it creates heat, and it can melt your cable. And a worst case scenario, it can catch fire. So what you do is you plug a little thing there. See that? Little thing that goes at the bottom. Get in there, push it in, and you turn it on this one till it clicks.
And if we go back in the van, things.
Just tidy this up. So no trips over it.
Right. Also, when you go back in the van, you should find that the microwaves come on, shouldn't you?
Yeah.
And things like that. Which it has.
Which it has. I mean, to be honest, the caravan clubs say that you should switch off your electricity before plugging in. I've never had a problem doing that.
No, no.
But you really should switch this off. You've got the breakers up there, you switch the main thing off, and then when you come back in, you switch it back on.
Gone, yeah.
So, naughty me. Shouldn't do that. I think it says in the caravan and Motorhome Club booklet, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. So the fridge has now gone on to Lecky, hasn't it? Because it's on A, the automatic setting.
You're a little bit closed there. Yeah.
A, start the thing.
No, it's alright. No.
Yeah, it's on A, so that means it does the automatic setting, doesn't it? So now you've plugged in the electricity,
Yeah.
it's come on.
Yeah. Heating's come on as well. What we can do there is turn it up a bit. There's only about 13 outside, so soft southerners normally have it on 21 degrees.
I want the water to
And the
heat up.
water now. I'll just shut this door for a sec. So what you normally do here, this is for heating the water. I think I've covered this in the Aldi book, but if you have it like that, what happens is the heater only heats the water when the central heating's on, but if you have it like that, it heats the water to a predetermined temperature. We leave it on 2 kilowatts. I will check the night setting. Night setting is on night mode, set to 17 degrees. It comes on between 2200 and 700. And the other thing to check, of course, this being 31st of October, and we should have put the clocks back,
Yeah,
is that the
date.
time is wrong.
Time is
So
wrong.
back into there, date and time, put it back an hour. Up to 1300. That's it. The other thing we need to remember is switch the satellite back on. And it should remember its position, so I won't worry too much about that. And then we can swivel the seats.
Yeah.
So it's got a little clip at the side.
To move this one
You have to
forward.
move it, you have to juggle it about a little bit to get it round. Push it back. That's it.
Oh, it's ready for Poppy to sit on, isn't
Yeah, that's
it?
Poppy's chair there normally.
This you have to drop a
Oh yeah,
steering wheel.
can you show that? Can you see that? It's underneath.
So underneath it's
Oh no,
that
it's
there.
Yeah.
You just pull that up
And
it
the
goes
steering wheel
clunk,
drops down.
clunk, and you fry.
Yeah.
I try not to juggle your chair about too much.
No.
But I always have to make sure there's nothing behind it,
Yeah.
because if we've got Tara with us, she's
there
there,
as
isn't
well,
she?
yeah.
And,
Yeah.
sort of nearly broken her crate. So turn that round like that,
Yeah.
and then if it'll go all the way,
It will do. There you are.
I'll leave it like that. Then
Yeah.
when we go off, it's just to go round.
Yeah. The only thing left to do, I might be wrong here, but the only thing left to do is put the table up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Table stowed in the back wardrobe. I didn't really need to bring that because we don't need that during the winter. This little stool stroke table, which is very useful, but I'm not going to be sitting outside. Forget it. Go underneath. Got little clips like that, and then you push that. Table leg comes down. Table set up. Right, the other thing we're going to do is switch the TV on. So we've got this unit up there, so we switch that on, and what it's supposed to do is it gives us a green light when there's a good signal.
Yeah.
So guess what, I've just switched it on and there's a green light. So
And you haven't done anything.
I haven't done anything with it, but let me just explain. We've got an aerial here, and what you do is you loosen this thing off and you push it up to get a better signal, and you can turn it around for a good signal. But I think as a little satellite finder thing says, that's a TV signal finder thing says it's good. It's got a little gain control on there, so if I turn the gain right down, it goes orange and then it goes green. But the idea is that you watch that, and when it goes green, you know you've got a good signal. So all I did was put the aerial up. I didn't need to twist it round. And I think it's because we're pointing directly at Wales, aren't we? So we're pointing at the transmitter in Wales. So that was easy.
Yeah.
I always like to put this on in the winter because it drips out of the door. Holds it in place. Shouldn't be too windy. That's it. Right. Got my coffee.
There's a Westie next door.
Yeah, so Poppy's
So
on patrol.
Poppy thinks it might be one of her friends, but
Not one of your friends, Poppy.
it's not, I don't think.
Anyway, hope you liked our video. If you did, give us a like. If you didn't, leave a comment. Remember to share, and what's the other thing?
Subscribe.
Subscribe, that's it. Hit the subscribe button. I think we've got a subscribe button on the videos now, so that's quite handy. So you've no excuse now. So give us a like. Well, the one thing I did forget to mention is we're on a pitch that's fairly level, but sometimes when you get on a pitch that's not level, you need to use levelling ramps. So maybe I'll cover that in another video. But because Southport's pretty much flat,
And the pitches are new, aren't they?
pitches are fairly new. Most
of these are, yeah,
level, so
yeah.
We didn't show you that. But anyway, I'm happy. I've got me. Was this a latte? Isn't
Latte, yeah.
it? Tassimo latte. So I'll catch up with you later. So.
Digital TV.
Yeah. Set up. Set up. Where's the set up button? Right, and it comes up with tune in and just go OK. And then it will tune in and find what TV programs you want. So that's it.